Video time. Second channel. Video time. Y'all, this this one is about being alone, y'all. Not necessarily in negative light, but you are alone, like horrifically alone. How much it is everywhere. I don't know why this curl is always fighting me. Um, nah, you're alone though, for real. Um, it is you know, on my walks, I always have these late night walks. I know I always talk about walking the same streets like thousands of times or hundreds of times. This shit is real, actually. I have walked the streets of my neighborhood thousands of times at this point. A lot of times. Today was not a bad day. I guess I don't have the same goals as other people. I suppose every man has different goals. Some man shit. Talking about man stuff. Whether that's, whether some kind of financial goals, power, love, control. There could be a bunch of different things that a guy has, like his quest, right? Truly, it is rare for a guy to be aimless. He can be unmotivated necessarily, but there's always something that's going to make life a little bit better, even if it's unrealistic. Some guys just wish they could rewrite the past, but that in itself could be a goal. You could recreate your past situation and learn from it and do it better, then that may as well be the same. Anyway, today was a good day for me. I had a situation where somebody, I think I talked about this in a previous video, but I was like ghosted pretty horrifically. I had a pretty good idea of why it happened. And I didn't talk to this person for like months afterwards. I'm kind of a sociopath, kind of a narcissist. So stuff like romantic love are kind of past me, but I trusted this person a lot. I trust this person a lot, and the worst thing anybody could possibly do to me is ghost me like they ghosted me. Truly, not only was that the truth, I sat there, told them that, and then they did it. Now, the reason why they did it, like, I don't know, the thing is, like, I don't even blame them. Like, I know why. It didn't even trip me out that much, right? Like, they just told me, like, hey, I had to take some time away. I'd be chilling on it, right? The ghosting was just the horrific part. Anyway, yeah, we started talking again. And I got it pretty bad for this person. Usually I ain't got it bad for nobody. I think I can't remember when the last time I felt this way was about someone, which is kind of crazy because like I almost got married, right? But like I'm low key, I'm kind of evil on the cool. So usually when I do things, I'm like very aware of why I do them and the ramifications of doing them. It's what makes me a bad person. Is because I don't do things to do them, right? I might have good works, I might do good things, I might have green flags, right? But all of these things work so that I can simply get what I want. Now, what I want may not be horrible, right? I could just want to like have good companionship and good conversations and a good time with another person, right? So in that case, it wouldn't be too bad. But if I wanted something more nefarious per se, all my stuff is gonna lead me there. The manipulation isn't great. Um, but I had some genuine good wishes for this person. Very odd. And when they started talking to me, I I knew they would in a way. I have pretty good predictive power, but I didn't know. I knew that if they ghosted me, I knew how we'd talk again, but I didn't expect them to ghost me. So my predictive power is pretty strong, like really strong. Um, and I would have given it like a 5 or 10% chance at best that they ghosted me. And then I thought, in a few months we'll reconnect, which we did. So I guess I'm not like completely unsurprised. Um, but this, getting my getting my predictive power, broken in real time, something I was pretty confident on, kind of shattered my whole ass brain. And so when they started talking to me again, at first, just the idea of a conversation again was good enough. But then we had a conversation about the ghosting itself, where she apologized, we talked about it. I talked about how I felt, she talked about how she felt, and we started talking again. That is crazy. It wasn't I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to put my actual emotions out there. I always talk about vulnerability and honesty and stuff like that. It's very easy to be vulnerable when it doesn't matter if they're rejected or they can't be rejected. So for example, if I'm talking to a new person and I tell them all about myself, because all my red flags, I really lay them out bare for any chick I talk to, right? That's one of the reasons why girls like me so much, is because I am honest, right? And that honesty is real intoxicating. If your whole life everybody has some kind of ulterior motive, I may have nefarious motives, I may be a bad person, but I'll tell you, right? That's the difference, right? I will tell you that. Other people really won't. But it doesn't matter if they reject me at that point, because they can reject me, right? If I tell them some frankly evil stuff I've done, stuff I can't repeat on the internet, right? Stuff that would cost me my career. Like, if I tell them some super evil stuff and they look at me and they say, this is too much, I have to go, I don't care, right? That makes sense, right? Because that's my litmus test, right? Like, I have to be able to remove, I have to LD50 the population with some of the stuff that I'm saying. I've got to get them out of there. And so it's okay if they reject me there. However, this is a person that I really like. And this is a person that is not afraid to ghost, right? Is a person where, you type something truly out of pocket, they might just disappear into the ether. And I laid it out. I laid out how I felt. I laid out, like the effects it had on me. I laid out everything, and it was a really nice conversation. And it could have been really bad. It could have been a bad conversation. They could have never messaged me. It could have just been very poor in general, but it wasn't. That was a big success for me. To give power away, to give away control, and to risk things is very difficult. Quite often, I know how much I know how much I value a person by how much I'm willing to risk or sacrifice for them. However, although that may have had a positive consequence of strengthening, whatever bond we have by me being vulnerable and her not abusing the hell out of it, I risked and sacrificed that for myself. I value myself in some ways. I'm willing to do things that I enjoy, but frankly, I think I'm a horrible person. No, I know I'm a horrible person within the eyes of society. I'll still do things for myself, but that was perhaps a moment of growth, perhaps. Usually my true thoughts are kind of kept behind my head, and that's kind of like the power I have over another person, right? You'll never know what's going on in my head, right? I could be, I could be doing the sweetest thing on the planet, and in my head I could be thinking the most vile, horrible thoughts on the planet. And you wouldn't know. But I opened up, and it was good. And I walked my same streets like I do every night, looking at the sky, seeing the clouds move, and it was a win, right? It was a win for me. It was a good day. But you're it, right? Like, I don't really have anybody I can really talk to about that, right? I can't really be like, oh, I thought this for this or for this or this or this, right? Like, technically, you can have friends out there, but nobody's really going to care. No one's really going to care about that. Only you can care. And that's it. At the end of the day, you're alone. You're alone in your failures. You're alone in your successes. You're alone in your sadness. You're alone in your happiness. There might be another person that might be able to listen to some of the things you say, or to try and experience it with you, but at the end of the day, it's only you inside of your head. You don't know if anybody else is real. You don't know if anything else is happening. All you have is yourself. That's the truth. Have a good day, y'all. Some things never get better. Some things do. But even though you only have yourself, at least you always have yourself.